Am I 15 minutes early? Yes. But in the words of former Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, we do not care.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. Couch Rider.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect me. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your host, your Couch Rider Raven, Jermaine Lockett. This is my beard. I want to say welcome to the show and say I missed y'all. It's been a minute. We hadn't really gone live like talking about. I mean, we've done some lives where I'm walking through the house, just really giving you that original sports perspective, or at least that opinion, of course. So if this is your first time here, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack the bell so you know when it's going down. What we do here is a relaxed show of opinions, and we just chill. We talk Ravens. It's fun. And I might have a Chiefs fan in the room somewhere right now. That would be my son, but that's okay. We're going to be all right.
I'm the actual couch rider.
We show love and respect to all those who are here. And who is in the room? Go ahead and hit that like button and then comment and let me know who you are and who has made it here. We got some things to talk about, folks. We got a lot to talk about in a little bit of time because I'm on single dad duty right now. So I want to be able to get back to at least tending to my children for a little bit for the rest of the night.
You know, you can check who.
All right, let's see. Lisa, what's happening? She says, I love the pics of Tony Weaver and Declan Doyle. Okay, she is always down to business as usual, and she likes the pics of the two individuals. There's a lot of positivity going on within Baltimore. Usually I'm one of those positive people, but I'll share my opinions in a minute here. But yeah, we have Tony Weaver, Declan Doyle. I'll get to the list of other coaches that we picked up. I was kind of excited about a few. I predicted one, and I was like, yeah, he deserves to be here. But the other ones I did not predict at all. I was very, very far off base. In fact, I was even looking to the college ranks for offensive coordinators, and I was just spitballing whatever. But you know, the Ravens, they're a smart organization. They know what they're doing. I just got a couple questions. That's all. Couple questions. And the question for you today, for me, in our moment of controversy, this is where I like to stir the pot. Some people like to throw political topics up and all types of other nonsense. Some people like to do motivational stuff or like to do history. I like to do a moment of controversy where I stir the pot just a little bit. Today's moment of controversy is:
does pineapple belong on pizza, and is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, we did that one. We did that. We
need to do new people.
Today's moment of controversy is: condiments like ketchup and hot sauce, do they belong in the refrigerator?
Yes.
This could really change some stuff here, man. Some change relationships, everything, based on.
Oh, and a second moment of controversy here, or does Tabasco have flavor, or do you guys just put it on things because you like it should just be a mean hot?
Yeah, we're not going to there right now. We're just talking, does hot sauce or ketchup belong in the refrigerator? I personally, I'm gonna give my opinion in a minute, but you know, some people like it out of the refrigerator because they don't even think it should be cold. Other people, they want it refrigerated. They like that cold ketchup taste. Maybe it's a different taste between people. I'll be honest with you, when it comes to ketchup, if it's not, I don't like it on my burgers. Let me be straight up with you. Don't like it on my burgers at all. I don't know what it is. I just don't like ketchup on a burger. I like my mustard grilled type burgers. I don't like the sweetness of ketchup on my burgers. But on some fries, add it with some pepper, bowling alley fries mainly. Ketchup is great. Do I want it inside or outside of the refrigerator? I'll be honest, I'm kind of indifferent. I know I brought up this and it's like a controversy item for y'all, but it's really not a point for me. I don't really have a dog in this fight, but I'd like to hear your perspectives on ketchup in the refrigerator. Because some people will get divorced over how the toilet paper roll goes in the bathroom, whether it goes under or over. But that's just to each his own. Here we go. Lisa said you don't want them to go bad. Then, yep, they belong in the fridge. Okay, we have a hard stance on they must go in the fridge right now from Lisa. Sophia says they have no idea how to make it to your home and they are going to get it done. What? They have no idea how to make it to your home and they are going to get it done.
I'm confused.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on, Sophia, but you know what? You're supposed to eat the ketchup, not snort it. Just saying. So, hit that like button, hit subscribe while you high right now. It's cool. It's fine.
You're supposed
Cool.
to check out the cocaine, not snort it.
Okay. So, all right, now that we are done talking ketchup
And cocaine.
Ketchup and just ketchup. We ain't gonna be going there, man. It's a friendly show, man. It's not for the kids, but at the same time, it's a friendly show, my boy. All right. Let's talk about these changes, man. First I was like building this graphic, and then all of a sudden the graphic just started to fill because the Ravens were building their coaching staff like crazy. And so if you look over here at the top, you'll see Declan Doyle, offensive coordinator. You'll see Jesse Minter, head coach, Anthony Weaver, and Mike Mickens is defensive backs pass game coordinator, along with Dwayne Ledford. And I want to get into kind of each one of these guys. So when it comes to Declan Doyle, I'm going to go ahead and get the ugly out of the way right now. A lot of people keep talking about the age. Oh, he's same age as Lamar. Oh, this is going to be magical. And then they kind of brush over one of the most important things that we ended up having to deal with for 2 years was the inexperience. Because they said that Ben Johnson called the plays in Chicago. Then what was Declan Doyle doing? I can't go look at Chicago Bears tape. I can't go look at Sean Payton's tape because it is not a direct reflection of what Declan is capable of. Sure, you're appreciative of his energy. I like the way he walks in the door like he's young. He'll probably get along with Lamar. They'll probably be playing Madden together. That's great. What's he going to do on offense? The last time we brought an inexperienced person in the building that made a coordinator, he couldn't figure out timeouts and basically cost us the game against the Chiefs because we burned one too many because he didn't have the defensive formations together. Then we turned into one of the worst defenses in the league in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Because of inexperience and play calling. Sure, he was one heck of a player for us until he got injured. But I'm talking about Zach Orr. We put Zach Orr on the front lines and passed over Anthony Weaver, not once but twice when it comes to defensive coordinator. Weaver should have been the guy. Harbaugh overlooked him. And I think Eric DeCosta knew that. It is very frustrating when you see a guy go to another team and have success or is building something special there. Sure, the 2025 defense of the Miami Dolphins wasn't special, but the 2024 was pretty decent. They had some dogs. And they basically had a fire sale this past year with those dogs. But Weaver should have been the defense coordinator for the Ravens. If Weaver was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens for the last 2 years, Guess who doesn't get fired in February or doesn't get fired, in 2026? John Harbaugh would still have a job if he didn't hire a trash defensive coordinator in Zach Orr. And I said it. I said trash. I said the T word. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm pissed because this should have happened 2 years ago. This should have been the guy. But now he is. And Jesse Minter made the right decision. Sure, Jesse's going to be calling the plays. But I think when it comes to the defensive scheme and the makeup and the discipline and the energy that he's going to bring to the building, y'all probably thinking like he just said the same thing, the exact opposite about Declan Dawes. The thing about Weaver, though, Weaver was here in 2023 when we probably had one of the better defenses of any Ravens team. And that's including the 2006 and 2000 Ravens. It was a beast team. And for us to lose in the AFC Championship, it was just falling off a cliff. But who was there coaching our line? Anthony Weaver. Now he's back. Now he gets an opportunity to put hands on these young minds. And hopefully he can turn a Mike Green into something that he turned Justin Houston into. Something that he was able to unlock Mattabeats. Maybe he can recreate that with the Travis Jones if Mattabeats don't come back. If he can speak into these guys and help them to dominate on the defensive side of the ball, that's going to be special. He's got help. None of these guys have to do it alone. Mike Mickens. I like Mike Mickens because when he was in Notre Dame, we're talking number one in pass defense. This dude was beast. He was at a top 10 defense when he was there. And fun fact, this dude helped mentor Sauce Gardner. He groomed Sauce Gardner, one of the top corners in the league, one of the shutdown guys in the league. You don't throw to his side of the field. You don't score touchdowns on Sauce. Don't put him in the fridge. That's what I'm saying. KJ says, what is this? What you mean? What is this? Here, we're talking it.
And I miss your talkings back.
Anyway. So, what I'm here to say is that Anthony Weaver, great idea. Great build. Great bring in. Mike Mickens, solid. I like him. I think he is going to make our secondary better than it was last year. We were giving up the cookies all over the field. And then one slip, of course, causes a touchdown from Aaron. What a meltdown, right? We got some of the best performers on that back end. We need Malachi Starks to hit that next level in his second year. We need Anthony Hamilton to be all over the field, doing Anthony Hamilton, Kyle Hamilton type thing. Excuse me, not Anthony. Kyle Hamilton type things. I want him all over the field, being himself, playing free. And I think Minter's going to help with that. But back over to that offensive side of the ball. When it comes to Dwayne Ledford, this is the guy who really helped with the run coordination for Bijan. Bijan was special down in Atlanta. And it's because he had a good run game coordinator, good offensive line coach. They had schemes that were set up for the inside blocking, and it was special. It was beautiful. What Bijan did in open space was even more special. You just saw him take a basic out route or a screen pass. And next thing you know, he's 30 yards upfield. You're like, man, this dude is killing up the fantasy charts, man. He's just doing his thing. It was special. And we have a special running back in Derrick Henry. Now, hopefully, with Justice Hill. Because I need to bring him back. I know it's probably like $3 million, something like that. Don't cut him. We need him. Keaton, sorry, buddy. We need to quit figuring out who's going to be this backup, who's getting all these other reps, like that. I love Keaton because of the speed. But at the same time, if we got to continue to rotate those two in and steal some of Henry's reps, they're not getting the reps and sets that they need to stay proactive, stay productive. With Ledford here, Things are going to look positive. We're going to look in a good direction. I like the direction that Mentor is going in with these pickups. Sean Flaherty, the offensive line coach that was hired. Look, it can't get worse than it was, but please just do me a favor. Jesse, if you see Falala or Falele, whatever the heck his name is, you see him on the side of the street, walking, moping around because he got cut. And if you driving on the way to M&T Bank Stadium or the Castle, do me a favor. Keep driving because we ain't picking him back up. We don't want him back in the stadium. No, we don't want him. We don't need him. And if you see Voorhees, if you got him in the car, push him out at 60. We don't need that. Neither one of them. Going to the draft, get us some development of offensive linemen. And hopefully Flaherty, I'm sorry if I screwed your name up. You can get this right. Between Dwayne and Sean, I want to see a better offensive line. One that is going to protect my quarterback and not have goofy plays all over Twitter. It's still Twitter in my line. I don't care what Eli say. Or Elon. We have to have a better offensive line this year. So Declan, I did. I'll be honest, I went back and I watched a little tape. But it's not fair to you when I'm watching a whole bunch of goofy plays. Don't get me wrong. Rush attack was like second in the league this year. Fantastic. I credit that to Ben Johnson. You was the OC, but Ben Johnson was calling the plays, so I know you were setting up the scheme. You're in the war room during the week. Ben Johnson's calling plays, but you helped design a few of those. So I expect to see some of that. However, when it came to quarterback play, it was really hard to judge because when you watch Caleb Williams play, I don't know how you can be a Bears fan without throwing something at the TV a couple of times. Because the dude, when it comes to how the scheme is set up, he's a real head scratcher. There's a lot of dumb plays. You're like, no, don't do that, bro. No, why would you do that? That definitely wasn't what the play call was. And something magnificent may happen or something really stupid is going to happen when you watch this guy play. And you're like, oh, gosh, like, how am I supposed to determine what the scheme was here? This is supposed to be a Shanahan-type offense. It's not being ran like that because of the basic stuff that he's supposed to get right. He's not getting right. Now, Lamar could possibly turn that around and get it right, but it just looks so bad coming from Caleb Williams. When it came to the spectacular, one of a kind type plays that really helped them move the chains, whatever like that, or maybe get that TD in clutch times, Caleb Williams was there. Caleb was making a magnificent play. It probably wasn't part of the plan, but Caleb made this magnificent play. All right, Lisa says Declan Doyle will help LJ get to the next level. I believe it. I believe it. I'm with you. So that's crazy, man. I like that. No, absolutely no. No, we're not doing this tonight, Lisa. You cannot fanboy for these dudes that were actually dog water. I'm talking about bottom of the barrel sticky stuff when it came to their offensive line play. Look, they do not deserve a pass. No, not at all. Absolutely not. Emory Jones should be starting, and then we need to go get a right guard out of free agency. Go get us a right guard out of free agency and let these coaches handle business. But Fele need to go. He has no feet. None. Absolutely. Boy, he might as well have been playing on his knees because his nubs would have probably did a better job than his feet. It was just that bad. Voorhees, I don't even know what to say for him. He was just like Swingate, constantly letting people get to Lamar. If Lamar wasn't spectacular, we wouldn't have seen those plays against Pittsburgh because both guards sucked that bad. Lamar's making magnificent plays while his guards cannot guard. They can't do the one job that they've been hired to do. There's a lot of that going on that night. Kicker can't kick, guard can't guard, defense can't defense. It was bad. And that is why Harbaugh is no longer with us. How do y'all feel about that? How do you feel about a guy who's been with us for 18 years? And now he's a New York Giants coach. He got Scatterbo. He got Jackson Dart to deal with. His cap ain't as good as us, but he's probably got a better pick than us. How do you feel about that? Of course, when it comes to firing Harbaugh, it's like open season on players and on coaches when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. So we're building, but also so are the other teams. So is Cleveland. So is Pittsburgh. So is New York. So is Oakland. Excuse me, Las Vegas. These teams are building, and we are not. We're not building in the way that they're building. Let's say because we were used to so many different or so many familiar faces in the building, and now those familiar faces are going to other pastures. To have somebody over in Cleveland who knows Lamar pretty closely, to know his weaknesses, to know his blind spots, and to have weapons like Garrett in there ready to expose that. That's a little crazy. That's a little wild right there, man. I am a little worried about it because we're gonna have an inexperienced offense coordinator taking care of that and trying to help with that. But I think the ground game is going to be straight. The ground game is going to be special, but I think that's because of Ledford. Offensive line, I don't know. It's going to be a big feel because rest in peace, Joe is gone. I miss Joe because he was special with the offensive line. He turned the guys that weren't much into something great. He was kind of how like Pittsburgh was with their wide receivers. Their wide receiver coach died a couple of years ago. That wide receiver coach could breathe life into a 5th-round pick and turn him into Antonio Brown. How many good wide receivers have they had? Miles Sanders, George Pickens, Antonio Brown, Santonio Holmes. The list goes on when it came to Pittsburgh and how they were able to hit late rounds and turn guys into something special. Our offensive line coach, Joe, I think it's D'Alessandris. Joe was special. Marshall Yanda, best guard we ever had. That's part of the Joe system. If you go look at a few offensive linemen that are still around the league, Jermaine Lubinar, he still got a job. He started somewhere. Guess where he started? He was here. He was here. Go look at the Patriots offensive line. One of those guys belongs to us, Morgan Moses. They're a great offensive lineman around this league, and they started in Baltimore. We had something special, and now we're starting over as frustrating as all get out. But I ain't going to hold y'all, man. We sitting here at 22 minutes. I'm having a good night. I'm going to go have some more good time with my family. I'll show you the rest of this list, and I'll go ahead and give you the rundown here. So, Declan, if I had to give a grade on that one, I'm going to go ahead and say a C+. I'll say C+. Because he had good mentorship. We just don't know what to expect. What's his game management going to look like from the offensive side of the ball, especially when he has a defensive coordinator for a coach who doesn't touch that side of the ball. He's got the keys to the kingdom to do whatever he wants. And he's got to figure out how to incorporate some of the good things that Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson and then turn those things into something special going forward. Next, Anthony Weaver. To have a defensive mind with experience to work with Jesse so they can figure out some of the best plays to bring over from the Chargers and some of the solid plays from the Dolphins. That's going to be nice. It's going to be special. Then you have Dwayne Ledford. Like I said, with him working with Bijan Robinson, what he's going to bring to the table for Derrick Henry, for Justice Hill, even Ali, I think we have something there. It's going to be nice to see him work with Declan and then work those run game concepts. Hopefully something special from the Sean Payton era, Ben Johnson era. Could be great. I'm going to give Dwayne Ledford, let's see, Anthony, I'm going to say that's an A. That's just a straight up A right there. I wanted Anthony Weaver for a defensive coordinator from the jump, and I'm glad he got the job finally. I just wish he had had 2 years ago. Dwayne Ledford, I'm going to say that's definitely an A++. Sean Flaherty, we'll say A. Well, I'll say A, because Our offensive line can only get better, and this is going to help. Inside linebacker, Coach Santucci. I'm kind of tired of the nepotism stuff, but you know what? Let's just roll with it. We got a great defense coordinator. You get a B, buddy. Mickens, A+. Like I said, what he did with Notre Dame, that pass defense was special. PJ Volker coming over from Navy, highly praised, and they were pissed to give him up. I'm going to go ahead and give him a B+. Want to see more from it. Got to go back and watch some tape. Game management coordinator, Charlie Gilman. B. More want to see. I want to see more of that. Here we go. Then it says, Lisa says, Tony Siragusa was special along with Fred Lewis. Where are we going with this? Tony is dead. He was on a Housman show, and then he passed. He was a funny guy and very talented, no doubt. That 2000 Ravens defense was special because he was a part of that, and Ray was able to work with him. And then once he retired, Haley Nada came in and made that Ravens defense even more special. So I wouldn't say more special, but just as special, let's say. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So there's your staff there, according to Jeff Turevic, and they're going to continue to build. We're going to see more coaches come on, assistant coaches, but at least you got the top three with Jesse Minter, Declan Doyle, and Anthony Weaver. This is a power pack combo. Cannot wait to see what happens with it. I want to see something special when it comes to Declan Doyle. Because if he comes out and looks anything like Zach Orr did in week 1, we got fired. He got to go. I'm sorry. We need to go to get a professional. I'm kidding. I know it's going to take some time. We're going to have some bumps and bruises. This is not going to be a perfect, hey, let's rock and roll Ravens 5-0 type season or whatever coming out the gate. It's going to be some bumps and bruises, y'all. I know there's a lot of optimism because these are young guys, but youth don't mean nothing except for they may have a creative mind, but they still may get their butt kicked. Just saying. Oh, well. Thanks for tuning in, folks, to the home of Original Sports Perspective from our couch to yours. This is your Couch Rider Raven saying please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack the bell so you know when it's going down. With that said, give me 2 claps. Fade to black.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, Original Sports Perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect me. You will